Hey, what's good, fam? It's Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com, and joining me is Coach P, Honorary Oos. Coach, what's up, man? I know everybody continues to miss you, man. What's up? We're going into a big week as Alabama set to tangle with Ole Miss.
Welcome back. Welcome back. I know you missed me. Hey, man, bring on Ole Miss. Bring on the San Francisco 49ers. Bring on who you got, baby. We got the Nick Saban All-Stars, man. We ain't worried, man. Let's go.
All right, Coach, let's jump right into it. And before we do, definitely check out the Unofficial Assistants YouTube channel. Give them a thumbs up, like, subscribe, support great content out there on the Alabama Crimson Tide. You know where to find them. Just simply type Unofficial Assistants. Coach, let's just jump right into it. Bryce Young on the season through 4 games, 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns, just 1 interception. The interception really wasn't even on him.
First off, we have to remember this Bryce first-year star and doing a good job when you consider that he's one of the most hurried quarterbacks in college football, even with an NFL coach over our offensive line and dealing with a wide receiver corps that just doesn't believe in social distancing. We can't get separation for nothing. One thing I can tell by watching young Bryce is that he either don't like or hasn't seen my boy Tom Hanks in his epic role as Forrest Gump, because this boy just refuses to run. Shout out to Bubba and Lieutenant Dan. Everyone knows I'm not a fan of a run-first quarterback. I feel a quarterback has to be able to throw to even be labeled a dual threat. Otherwise, you're just an athlete playing a position. But sometimes when that pocket collapsing like in-run in 2001, you got to get out of there. So I'm saying he's scared to get hurt or protecting this NIL, name, image, or likeness. But this is the same reason I'm asking for a run every now and then. Because after a few seconds in the pocket, that area now becomes the most dangerous part of the field. With big defensive linemen closing in on you, running to an open area and getting down would be actually safer than standing in that danger zone trying to buy a few more seconds to throw the ball. I love how he keeps his eyes downfield, and I definitely don't want him to get hurt. But with the lack of wide receiver production compared to recent years, sometimes you just have to get what you can take. We add a few runs and work on that downfield accuracy, and we'll be in good hands with all state. Shout out to Bryce Young. Bryce, too nice. Veins filled with solid ice.
On the line with Coach P, the honorary OC, part of the Unofficial Assistants. Go check them out, Unofficial Assistants on YouTube. Coach, as we continue to move forward, just days away from Alabama versus Ole Miss, Jamison the Jet Williams, my goodness, 2 kickoff returns. Even Nick Saban said has to be some sort of a record or something. 3 kickoff returns, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns on the season. Receiving-wise, 12 receptions, 299 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Give me your take on Jamison the Jet Williams.
Jamison the Jet Williams, a.k.a. the Grill Master, smoking defenders tailgate style every Saturday. He emerging as Bama's go-to guy. I'm not sure where this offense will be without his transfer. Not only had he been the big play guy on offense, but he's making a difference on special teams as well, which includes the defensive side of special teams too, when he's often the first guy down the field to make tackles after kicks. This kid can get from 0 to 100 real quick. I've been hearing rumors of him capitalizing on his NIL and doing a remake of the movie Speed, which would co-star Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Usain Bolt, Jalen Waddle, a.k.a. Mr. Ascending Jubilant, and Henry Don't Step on My Rug, the third set to release summer 2022. I love the fire and passing the Jet plays with, maybe a little too out of control at times, maybe for Ohio State, which calls for them to have him playing a lesser role, or it could have been the fact that, he's been known to drop a few passes, one leading to my boy's first interception that should not be in the book. Either way, I would love to thank the Ohio State Black Eyes for an early awesome Christmas gift. Got my fan base like, oh, you shouldn't have. Thanks, OSU. But we ain't giving you nothing in return but L's and ugly sweaters. I seen the Jets snag a mean fastball out the air on a critical third down, but for the most part, he liked to catch with his chest, and that's his only knock. But as a receiver, that's a big knock. Like the police at your door and the inside smells like the giggly bush. But hopefully we can just find a way to keep getting him that ball, especially downfield, to continue to put this speed on display. Keep flying high, Jet. Keep flying. Let's roll, baby.
Keep flying. Jamison the Jet Williams on the line with Coach P, the honorary OC. You know where to find him on the Unofficial YouTube channel. Talking with the coach just days before Alabama versus Ole Miss. Definitely thumbs up, like, subscribe. We appreciate you, fan, more than you know. Coach, let's switch it over to defensive standouts, if there are any. Everybody keeps pointing fingers at everybody else. Tell me about the defensive standouts that have stood out to you through 4 games of play for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
I'm glad you asked this. I just spoke on this in my Southern Miss pregame rant. I have 5 players thus far I can say have showed up every play thus far this season. Number 1, Mr. Anderson, Will Anderson. Number 2, the Matrix. Number 3, the Terminator. Number 4, number 31. And 5, outside Jack linebacker. I haven't had a defensive guy dominate my breakdowns like this since Quentin the Bandit Williams. Speaking of Q, the interior of our defensive line just isn't productive as it needs to be. Someone has to emerge in ASAP. P.I. Joe and Kool-Aid needs to do a WWE high-five handshake and swap out. Our inside linebackers need to sleep in the film room. I still don't know what the hell is DeMarco and can't get right out there doing. Seems like they shaving points half the time. And my boy Jordan ready for battle just ain't as dominant as I felt he would be in the preseason. Our defense supposed to be the best we've seen in years. I don't see it. I tried on some contacts and some bifocals. I still don't see it. Tighten up, Tide. And Pete, text me ASAP. We need to talk.
Oh, man. On the line with Coach P just a couple days before Alabama takes on Ole Miss, followed on Unofficial Assistants on the YouTube channel. I know you missed them until the next game breakdown. I know I'm eating popcorn. I'm watching it every single time. You should, too. Coach, as we wrap it up, keys to the game against Ole Miss. Last year, there was so many points, they almost needed another scoreboard. Alabama's been able to put the points on, but Ole Miss, Matt Corral, what's coming into Tuscaloosa, I think some people are worried. Real quick, the keys to the game as Alabama takes on the Ole Miss Rebels.
The key is the O-line. Every game starts and stops in the trenches. Every game is won and lost in the trenches. We all know that Lane has been working on this game since it ended last year, even put a bye week before it this year. It's like an Iron Bowl game to him, meaning he could lose every other game this year and still feel he had a good season if he beat Bama. Lane coaches offense, not defense. So no matter what plays he put together on O, our O-line shouldn't let a lesser Ole Miss D-line dictate this game. If we establish our run and buy Bryce time to throw, we good, no matter what Lane throws out there. Hopefully this game we see a lot more of the double tight end set up, which could be great for blocking on runs, yet great for passing if Ole Miss try to sub players to account for the personnel we have on the field. Similar to what O'Brien did with Gronkowski and Hernandez while at the Patriots. Because to be honest, our tight ends could very well be our best receivers this year. Outside of the O-line, everything comes down to the inside linebackers. This will be their biggest game of the year. Outside of the O-line, everything comes down to the inside linebackers. This will be their biggest game of the year. And we're going to need them to show up and show out. At the end of the day, I ain't losing no sleep versus these boys. We the Tide. We got the Nick Saban All-Star. If we do what we supposed to do, we have nothing to worry about. And no matter what, it's roll Tide on my side. And I hope it's the same with you guys. Let's roll, Tide. Let's roll.
Let's roll. That's absolutely right. We appreciate you, Coach P. Thank you so much. You know where to find Coach P in the Unofficial Assistants. Just Google up the Unofficial Assistants YouTube page because you don't want to miss any of the coverage that they provide right after the game because you don't want to sleep on them, as you don't want to sleep on the Ole Miss Rebels. Hey, this is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We appreciate you, fam, more than you know. We'll be back next time right here on BamaInsider.com.